Hi guys, welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to play literally one of the most beautiful pieces of music I've heard. It's from the film Titanic, so you might be thinking, ugh, but it's actually, it's a really lovely melody, and I've always been a big fan of this soundtrack. Actually, it's quite well done. I think it's by James Horner. I'm not positive, but he's one of my favorite composers, James Horner, and if James Horner didn't do this one, whoever did it is certainly amazing. So I'm going to be showing you the introduction to, which you can find on my Titanic video, which I actually released many years ago. So if you were following me back then, about 5 or 6 years ago, you'll see this video in about 240p, which is very low quality. People seem to like it. I think it's coming up on 100,000 views. It is really, really nice. Let me play you what we're going to be working on today. Here it is. Okay, so let's look at how to play this theme. So we can begin by just doing a simple run on your G string, starting on the 9th fret, and we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, like that, okay? And after we hit this note here, all right, so 9th, 11th, 13th, you're going to strum your low string, your E string, okay? So it's gonna look like this. All right, now you don't have to play it perfectly in time. This isn't like a groove, okay? So this is a solo piece, so you can take your time with it. A lot of it's based on feel. Okay, so you're gonna let that ring a bit, then you're gonna go. So it's, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so quick notes here on the 14th, 13th, and then 11, 9, hold. So it looks like this. Okay, one more time. If you want to challenge, okay, I'll do these throughout the tutorial, little extra things. If you want to challenge, all right, you can, instead of, you can go, and then you can fill that chord with 2 notes here on the 14th fret, like that, okay, so you can go like this. Okay, and then you could, all right, so that's 14, 13, 16, 14, okay, and to the D string. All right, so 2 ways. Or, in fact, you can then go, okay, so 2 ways of doing it right there. All right, then you're gonna change chords, and you're gonna play those 2 melody notes. So that's 11th fret on the G string and 16th fret on the G string. Again, there's 2 chords you can do here. Let's see, the easiest one would probably be to just bar the 11th fret. Okay, so you're playing 11th fret on the E string, and then 11th fret on the G string, and then tap the 16th fret on the G string. Okay, another way of doing it is 11th fret on the E string, 14th fret on the A string with your pinky, 13th fret on the D string with your ring finger, and then you have this chord, okay? And then you tap there. You can also go, if you want a sort of deeper tone, okay? So that's 7th fret on the E string, 9th fret on the A string with your second, 9th fret on the D string with your ring finger, and then your pinky on the 11th fret. Okay, so we have or. All right, then we're gonna go. Okay, so it's just going to be 13, 11, 9. But on this 9, we're gonna have a chord. Okay, we're gonna have an A chord. Okay, so it's gonna go. All right, so that's open A string, and ring finger, your 3rd finger on the 11th fret of the D string, and 1st finger on the 9th fret of the G string. Okay, and what you're gonna do is, I tend to go thumb, index, middle, like that. And you're gonna use that same plucking pattern. You could strum it, but that same plucking pattern you're gonna go down and do for the next 1, 2, 3 chords. So you're gonna go, keep open A ringing. So now this is 2nd finger on the 7th fret of the D string, and 1st finger on the 6th fret of the G string. Okay, so I'm on the 2nd fret there for the D string and the G string, and then it resolves back to the E, and that's open E, 1st finger on the 7th fret of the A string, and 4th finger on the 9th fret of the D string. Okay, so what we have in terms of sort of like the simpler way of playing it, and then more difficult. Okay, so that's the first section. Then we're going to repeat that same beginning line, and we're just going to have a little change. So repeat it. Okay, but here instead of going, we're going to go. All right, so it's 13th fret to the 16th fret. Instead of 13th fret to the 11th fret. So, okay, then we're gonna do our A again. All right, so instead of, we're gonna go, whoops. Okay, so that's similar sort of pattern. So open A, and then you're on the, let's see, what is that, 12, 15, 17, 19. 2nd finger on the 19th fret and 1st finger on the 18th fret. Hopefully you can see with the dots. Okay, and then you're just going to shift it. Okay, so if you look at the pattern, that's a 3rd pattern, a major 3rd, minor 3rd, major 3rd. Okay, so. Okay, and I think what we could do here is, so what I'm doing with the plucking there is, I'll do it slowly. So basically it's going thumb, index, middle, index, thumb, index, middle. So up, down. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So again. Okay, and then we could hold that chord. Now if you find this chord difficult, again you can do this, or you can go. Okay, and the theory behind this is really this should be a B chord. When you're playing it here, you're playing a 3rd up, but you're still getting, these are octaves, you're still getting that note in there. You're just getting a 3rd in there as well. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's what sounds pretty. Okay, now on this chord we can go, because we're holding there. Okay, so what you can do for those artificial harmonics is you're holding your chord and you want to just put your thumb very lightly on the octave, or 12 frets up on that same string. So for this note here, okay, if you have, even if you don't have 24 frets, you can do this. You just need to put it in the right position. For example, I don't have 26 frets. So in fact, if I don't have 25 frets, if I play this note here, all right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I can't get a fretted note there. However, if I put my finger down here and I put my thumb right where the fret would be, I can get an artificial harmonic. There it is, okay? So what you could do here is, on this chord, is you can get some artificial harmonics in. So just play an octave higher, 12 frets higher. So this is the 11th fret, we're gonna play on the 23rd fret. Okay, this is the 13th fret, we're going to, gosh, we're gonna play on the 25th fret. Yeah, 12 frets higher. 13 plus 12, I can do that. So, okay, so we're on the 25th fret here, and here where the 26th would be. So you want to just like find it. So no. Yeah. Okay, so that's something you could do there if you want to try something else. All right, you can also do this chord. Okay, so let's just see what we have so far. One, two, three. So 1, 2, 3, getting 3 notes in there. All right. Oh, that sounds good. I didn't mean to do that, but that works. Okay, and then instead of going, we're gonna go, okay, plucking pattern. Okay, and let that hold. All right, right, next section now. So let's see, what fret is this? I need like numbers on my bass. That would make this so much easier. I wouldn't have to count. It's so embarrassing. I'm like 12, 13, 14. So 12, 15, 17. So we're on 18, and we're gonna go 18, 20, 21. But on 21, we're gonna play a chord with it. Okay, so on that 21, we're going to play a chord. I think all of you guys should have 21 frets. If you don't have 21 frets, remember you could play it here. Okay, so I'll show you that in a second, just quickly, just in case. But we're gonna go. Sorry. Okay, now the chord basically is going to be second finger, middle finger on the 18th fret. And first on the D string, 18th fret on the D string, and your first finger, your index finger, is going to be the 16th fret on the A string. And if you're really ambitious, you can get 16th fret on the A string and 16th fret on the E string, and then you could strum all your strings, get a fuller sound, or you can. All right, and even you could, if those are all difficult for you, this is the note that you want. Okay, this is the chord. All right. Which is C sharp minor if you're in standard tuning. Now this same note is also there. So you could do, or that's probably the easiest, okay? Now, something that I do when I sometimes make chords is, if I can't get all the chords at once, I'll just get the important notes in and then I'll bring in the other notes. So for example, so all those notes are not necessary to get that sound you want. You could go. So this note here, I brought in afterwards, okay? Now it sounds good to get them all at once, but you could, if the fingering is tricky for you when you're starting out, okay? It could come in later. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna keep your hand in this position, and you're gonna basically go but you're gonna do it by holding the same position. Okay, so watch this. Okay, so you have, shift your pinky down, 1, now watch. This should be barring this first finger, which means you're holding down all the notes. So I can lift this up, and I'm getting this note here because I'm barring it. So, and then look, my second finger is already here, and what I'm gonna do is I want a chord here, all right? So I'm gonna play, I'm gonna keep this down. Look how I'm doing that. I'm lifting this note up because I don't want to hear that harmony note anymore. I want that one. So I'm gonna lift this finger up, but keep it down on your G string. Okay, so, something like that. And then the rest of the riff is, okay, so you're playing, what is your second finger is on the 12, 15, 17, 18th fret, and you're gonna then play the G string note that you should still be holding down. So pressing down with your right sort of on the middle of your finger, and then harmonic on this 19th fret of the A string. Okay, so that sequence, just in slow motion, looks like this. One more time. Okay. Okay, then after that, you should have this, your open E string and this harmonic ringing out, and that's creating the harmony. And then you're gonna go. Okay, so that's basically first finger on the 14th fret of your G string, ring finger on the 16th fret of your D string, and keep that same shape and shift it down 2 frets. Okay, so like that. And notice you could go, or you can go slide into it, sort of some sort of expression, you know. And then you're on your A chord. It resolves, okay, which means it's a chord that we're sort of waiting for. Okay, so that bit goes like this. I'll play it slowly. So that's second finger on the 17th fret, or the 19th fret rather, of the D string, and the first finger on the 18th fret to get that A chord. And there's that plucking pattern again, which I think we did. It's a little bit different. So 1, 2, 3, then open A, 19th fret, open A. And then there's different things you can do to come down here. You can chords or... Okay, let's see what we have so far, because that was quite a lot I know that we've just gone over. So let's go from the beginning and see where we're at. Okay, nice and slow. Yeah? You get your bridge pickups going, it'll pick up the harmonics better. Okay, right, then we come into the next section. Hold it down. Whoops, see, it's hard. Yeah, it's not easy. Okay, then we have resolve, and that's where we're at the moment. Okay. do for this right there is I put my thumb down to stop this E string from ringing. Okay, so I can come into the A. Okay, next bit is a little bit tricky. There's some different ways of doing this. The easier way of doing it, basically let me play it for you first. Actually, that's the best way of doing it. Okay, so you're on your 11th fret of the E string and the G string. All right, then 13th fret, 11th fret of the G string, 13th, 11th. Okay, then you're gonna go 14th of the D string and then back to 11th of the G string. Okay, so now a more challenging one, if you want to go for it, if you've done some good stretches with your left hand, hopefully, is okay, and that's holding down this B chord, which I showed you before. So first finger 7, second finger 9, third finger 9, fourth finger 11. Okay, and what you're going to do is basically, okay, so tap 13, pull off to get 11, and then come down on 14 and go to 16. So, okay. Okay, now what you're gonna do after that is you're gonna come into this chord here, okay? Which I know I showed you before, but it's open E, second finger on 14, third finger on 14, and then first finger on 11. Oh, sorry, 13. Basically what this is that's the melody. And in between that, you're gonna fill with notes, okay? And basically, you're gonna essentially fill with over and over again. So first note, then I go, that's A string, E string, A string, okay? A string, E string, A string, A string, E string, A string, A string, E string, A string. Okay, so we have okay, and if you play it fast, it can sound quite cool. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna go, all right, so that's similar sort of chord we did here, or the same chord really, but just an octave lower. Okay, so we're on, let's see, 6th fret, then, is that 6th fret? 6th fret, and then 9th fret. And we're gonna come down to that E right there. All right, so where we're at, just to sort of come up to this section again, is okay, here's that tricky bit. So it goes. Okay, that's the rhythm. So this next bit, so we have, so we're on our E chord. Then if you press your pinky down there quite hard, and go like that. So I'm strumming that chord, then I'm tapping 11 and just sliding to 13. Okay. Okay, now when I slide to 13, okay, I take my left hand and I move to keep the open E, and then go 2nd fret on the A string and the D string. All right, then the melody. So you're on 13, 14, 11, and then you're gonna come and do, okay, so that's second finger on 7 on your E, first finger on 6 on your A, and fourth finger on 9 on your D, and I'm using my thumb, okay? So if you have your first finger just playing a note here, you can use your thumb to pluck, okay, and get that nice sort of like a warm sound, which is, it's different from, if you tap, it's sort of a more aggressive sound. So you have, okay, so you have, okay, then you just come back to your position. All right, and what I'm doing is I'm putting my first finger, don't get that note, because that's a minor chord, it won't sound good. First finger on the first fret of the G string, okay? And what I do when I'm tapping this is I'm just sort of muting the string softly, so if I pull off, you don't hear that note, which you don't want. And that's the arrangement. Yeah, it's a really, really beautiful one. What I would recommend is make sure that you have some good amount of reverb on this. Reverb, I haven't spoken too much about effects with you guys, but reverb is a huge part of my sound. So on the video that I'm releasing tomorrow, I have 2 types of reverb happening. I have Space Designer and Logic, the Cathedral reverb, which is fantastic, really sort of widens the sound. And I have another reverb going on called Arts Acoustic, which is definitely worth it. It's a really powerful reverb system, and there's lots of different options with it, and I really, really like it. When I'm playing live, which I don't tend to do too much at the moment, but my amp here, my Fishman solo amp, has some really nice reverb settings as well. So have a good amount of reverb on this because you want it to sort of have that ethereal sound to it, that really atmospheric sound. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I have another tutorial that I'm going to do for the video I'm releasing tomorrow. It's another piece in standard tuning, which you'll know if you've seen the behind the scenes, which I just released earlier today. But that, I'm thinking of sort of like making that a couple videos and showing you how to play that whole arrangement in the same sort of style that I play, in the same, well, note for note way that I play it. So that might be over a couple different videos, just because there's a lot of notes I tend to play in that one. It's a slowish piece, but there's some really cool sections. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Thanks again so much for your support. It really is helping me do what I'm trying to do in music. So it means a lot, and I really appreciate it, guys. So thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.